Well, thanks for joining me for another episode of Bubba's Tango 18 and the building of our boat. It's been a slow process here the last couple months. As you saw in my last video, I hurt my back, and then now we've had this influx of extremely cold weather. So unfortunately, you know, glassing, it doesn't matter how much I try to heat this shrink wrap, boat shrink wrap carport, it's still pretty damn cold in here. I've got a 80,000 BTU heater going over there, but you know, I could probably let that go for hours and it may only raise it 10 degrees. I can't even imagine that. So I'm foregoing this glass process. So on today's episode, and maybe you know the next foreseeable ones, I'm going to work on getting the glass measured and cut that we can put in the belly, if you will. It's not even the keel. It's the, I mean, it is the keel, but it's the belly of the boat. So we can get that ready to glass. I'm looking at options, and maybe you guys could comment it down below and tell me, have you ever heard of anybody taking a large freezer bag, putting the resin inside of it, putting the glass folded up inside of it, and then pressing? I don't know. I mean, it's just, I'm wondering if you could do this, because you know, I've poured resin out onto the fabric and mashed it into it, and then folded it up when I do the seams and the joints. Why couldn't you do, you know, I understand that you're not supposed to fold certain cloths or mats because it breaks the fibers. That's why you typically roll it. But maybe there's another way. Maybe depending on how big it is. I mean, you know, if I took this piece that I just rolled up on that 2x4 and I fold it up, insert it into a Ziploc freezer bag, a big freezer one, 32 quart or whatever they are. Not 32 quart. That's the size of an igloo. A big freezer bag, and put my resin inside of it, and force it into. It's almost like a cold molding, or what do you call that? Is that what it's called? Where you suck out all the air. Vacuum bagging. Instead of sucking the air out, I'm using force to push it in. I don't know, but maybe leave the comment down below and tell me what, if you've ever heard of that before. You know, is it wasteful? Is it stupid? Is it, you know, am I going to break the fibers like I'm talking about? I don't know. Just an idea. Just an idea of ways to control. You know, if I'm out here and it's cold, and it's 30 degrees cold, which is, you know, even with slow or fast hardener, you know, it's way too cold. Even if we're heating up our shop or even heating up the area. You know, I've done plenty of paint or other things when it's marginally cold, but when it's really cold, I can put the heaters under the sheet plastic. So I'll cover the entire boat up with sheet plastic, put my heaters, my 3500 watt heaters under that. It'll keep it really warm under there and allow this to cure and get hard overnight. Lots of thoughts. So I'm just wondering if you can do a controlled mix inside in your 60, 70 degree garage or house or whatever, shop, put it inside, mush it up, force it in, then coat this area, bring it out, lay it on there, roll it out, get all the air bubbles out, and then cover it with your plastic, put your heaters in there, and have a controlled cycle. In addition to doing that, I also want to work on that thing up there. You know, you've watched the video about the cleat, the nice mahogany cleat mount. I want to get that glued in. I'm also thinking about bringing the heaters up here right in the bow, blowing the heat towards the bow, heat it up a little bit, and then set up some structure above it, put my wrap around it, and glue that bad boy in. I want to create some content, but it's just, oh man, it's so cold. It's really cold. We've gotten, you know, I think we got 8 inches of snow on Monday or Sunday or Tuesday or whatever. You know, this week's been snow, ice, freezing rain, and here we are. But enough rambling. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. didn't go as planned. $75 yards of 6-ounce glass. It's like a limp, it's like a fish. That's what it seems like. Like a 50-pound fish. Off to the boat. Six-ounce is not as compliant as 1208, 1708. And that is ready to go. Alright, here's the game plan. We're going to go ahead and glue this piece in. I'm going to wrap this all with plastic. I'm going to put a heater underneath of it. We'll get that all set up, ready to go, so that we can go to our inside shop. We'll mix up a good batch of resin, put in some wood flour, some silica, make some peanut butter, and then we will try and think of the best way. I think I'm just going to leave this right where it is on top. It's got a little bit of a flex to it. Put something real heavy. I have some heavy weights. So what I'm thinking is, as I'm rambling on, is I'm going to leave this right where it's at, and then I'm just going to fill in this 1/2-inch gap all the way around with thickened epoxy, and we'll glue it in that way. So I think I'm going to utilize a car battery to help with weight and support. They seem to work pretty good. And I'm going to set it right there where that cup is to help press down. See, this side over here is relatively flush with the port side of the boat. This piece is really nice and flat. I just think that the way that when this was brought together, you know, cut, whatever, it could be a template, could be whatever it is, you know. It's not these aren't meant to be perfect, but so just what I think I'm going to do is put the weight right here to press down on this, which closes up that gap. I'm going to bring that heater over here, let this heat up a little bit, right where we're at, and then mix up some resin filler in it and some thickened epoxy in there. That's the game plan.